Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully placed all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots. He scores. You suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And let's talk some sports indeed. Welcome back to the BAM Sports Show. The best goddamn sports show on Friday night.
Shut the fuck up, Keith. Shut the fuck up, Blake. The Bears are fucking back.
We're back, baby.
The
We are
Bears
all
are
the way back.
fucking
Can I get
back.
muted?
The Bears are fucking back.
All the way back, baby. All the way back. Last night one of the draft, absolute fucking banger. 6 quarterbacks in the top 12. Holy shit, what happened there? More
like these
trades
glasses,
tonight
guys?
than people.
You like these glasses?
They're fucking pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah, dude. They're pretty cool. Real old actual Ray-Bans.
I like them.
I like
Don't
'em.
break them.
They were my dad's.
Definitely don't break them.
What a
Keith,
wild night.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because Ryan and I are gonna be fucking talking.
You realize what you
here.
signed up for.
I'm just here.
For those that missed it, our Chicago Bears made it official last night.
Don't say ours.
Drafting
It's not my team.
Ours.
our Chicago Bears made it official. Drafted number
Guess
1
I'm not
overall,
here.
Caleb Williams from the University of Southern California. We are big excited about that. And then
That was me.
I know.
that wasn't even my hands are here. I'm off the keyboard. And then, by God's grace and
Called
the
it.
right people happening to make the wrong decisions,
Called
shout
it.
out Ryan
fucking Falcons.
Ryan Pace. Thank you. The Bears ended with Roma Dunze at 9.
It
Let's get into
was.
last night.
And fuck
Man.
you, Jim Harbaugh, too.
You know, we're gonna
Yeah.
be mostly football here. Real quick, I got a tweet pulled up on my screen here. I'll just read it to you. At 7, this is from Marquee Sports Network.
Go.
Listen, Chicago's back, baby. This is Chicago is the sports town now. Just get used to it. At 17-9, this is the Cubs' best 26 game start since 20,
Say it.
Oh, I
Say
can
it.
be, but I'm here. I can be in this one.
2016.
Yes, Keith is on the Cubs.
Best
fan.
start for our Chicago
Our.
Cubs
All
since
of us.
2016.
Massive. And you got to think we are missing Cody Bellinger on the
Everybody.
IL.
Everybody.
Say
Literally.
Suzuki on the IL.
Literally.
Justin Steele on the I mean, those are 3 All-Stars right there, right off the rip.
I mean, look at our starting lineup today. Nico Horner, Talkman, Happ, Morrell, Bush, Dansby, Mervis, and Amaya. And PCA. It's our AAA team.
Homegrown. We're homegrown
Love it.
And massive.
for the most part. I mean,
Massive.
gold gloves all over the place, silver sluggers all over the place.
I mean, you take
Michael Bush.
Hey, shout out right now. If you guys are watching
Called it.
this on Twitter, please
Called
hit
it.
that repost, that little square.
I called it too.
looking
I wish I
icon.
could find where I
Hit that.
said that.
I know.
Like the only
Big
non-homegrown
fucking
one in the lineup today, too, were Talkman and Swanson.
And you can't forget PCA.
We're
You
talking
said
about
non-homegrown.
non-homegrown.
Not
True.
the only non-homegrown ones in the lineup today.
True.
Indianapolis Colts just announced a pretty dang good pick here. Matt Goncalves, tackle from Pittsburgh. This is a good pick for them.
Think about. Hold on, real quick though. Take it back to it's like a Chicago sports renaissance right now, right? Like
It's a Chicago
the
youth explosion.
Sky take Angel Reese, big women's basketball star. They took. I can't think of the other lady's name right now, and I apologize. They took her.
Another star.
Another top 10 pick, right? I think actually she was like 2nd overall pick, and Angel Reese was like 7. You got Connor Bedard for the Chicago Blackhawks, who will be great. I mean, that kid has
Will. I mean, he already is
Like, has it.
incredible.
You got the Cubs coming up with one of the best farm systems and all that homegrown talent we were just talking about.
You talking about Angel Reese and Barina Maxwell?
Yes, thank you, Brina Maxwell. I think she was the second overall pick for the Sky. Actually, Angel Reese fell a little bit to 7. Somehow they let her to fall to the Sky. And then now you've got 2 legit celebrity status superstars, young, to add to the city's swag. I live in St. Louis and I can feel it.
Ah, we're closer and I can feel it. I wore my Bears gear to work today.
It is an absolute wild world that if you are attached to Chicago sports, you are living in right now. I do feel bad for White Sox.
Unless you are a White Sox or Bulls fan.
But for the first time, Acme came out after the loss and said, we're not here for play-in tournament. We got to make roster changes. Previous years past, he's been like, well, we're just going to kind of roll it back. Now, see if they make the changes. Zach Levine's got to go. I think they keep DeMar. DeMar's been the heartbeat of that team. But Lonzo Ball coming back is not the answer.
This is the time when the old tweets get resurfaced.
Yes, they do.
For these draft.
Yes, they do.
These young draft boys.
You mean Caleb Williams saying that I guess I'm still a Packers fan?
Yeah, I mean he's noted that he was a big. All right, he was
Rodgers.
a big Aaron Rodgers
He's not
fan.
a Packers fan. Well, he was a Packers fan by default.
By default, but he's an Aaron Rodgers fan. But he also doesn't want to just be an Aaron Rodgers. He wants to beat Aaron Rodgers.
He's not even chasing Rodgers. He's chasing Brady.
Ugh.
I mean,
but that's not the one I'm actually talking about, Keith.
I'm definitely
What
getting that neck tattoo
about
too, by the way.
What were you talking about?
is this November 29th, 2020. Bear Down Till I Die. Kieran I'm gonna fuck his last name up. He's from
The guy you just drafted?
yeah, 3rd round pick for the Chicago Bears. Huge tackle. Great pick. I mean, he's out there on a lot of people's boards really high. Missed a lot of the year due to an injury, and he's from Yale. So,
Smart kid.
I'm just his dad's an immigrant. Learned English in kindergarten. You know what I mean?
How many statistics? And I'm not trying to shit on anybody. Statistically speaking, how many inner city Chicago kids do you think end up at Yale?
I don't know.
I'm generally asking the question because I don't know how well the school district is or anything like that.
How many inner city Chicago kids get out of Chicago?
That's true.
There's a
A
Quote
lot.
from
It's-
Kieran
better a
Amag. I'm getting it right here. Hold on. Karan Amagaji.
Oh my God.
Karan Amagaji. Everybody say it with me. Karan
Karan?
Amagaji.
Oh my God. Who are these
Now,
people?
if that is wrong, that is Peanut Tillman's fault because I just listened to what he said. His
Peanut's
quote
probably
here:
wrong.
I grew up a Bears fan watching Devin Hester. Roma Dunze, by the way, Bears fan growing up. Also now a Chicago Bear. We got
first jersey was an Urlacher jersey.
Anyways, this is everything I've wanted since I was a little kid. I can't even put this into words. This is amazing. You get buy-in from your rookies. You got the fucking culture king Caleb Williams.
We got a hand sign now.
That's true. Meow.
I don't. We got a new neck tattoo gonna happen. Hey, y'all can raw all you want as long as he raws that ass.
That's true.
Whoa.
Whoa. I'm glad the draft is here. I'm glad that Caleb has responded the way he has. Because that was the big thing. All we heard was shit from his team, and we don't know who Caleb is, and now
That's a big boy.
now we're learning about who Caleb is, and he was built for the city of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
In a lab built for the city of Chicago, can handle the big lights, can handle the big lifestyle. He's got a partner. They literally look like Batman and Robin. That's what that reminded me of last night. pumped. Absolutely fucking pumped for the Chicago Bears and their fans and moving forward. Other notable picks last night. Washington ends the decision drama there and ends up going with Jaden Daniels at 2, following Drake May to the Patriots at 3. What do you guys think about those picks?
I mean, that's exactly how it went. I had the top 4 in my main mock that I did Wednesday night when I accidentally smoked a heavy sativa and stayed up until 3:30 because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you sent that shit hella late.
Yeah, it was late, and then it was still like another hour until I fell asleep. It's cool, man. I got my indica tonight, so we're all good. But that's how I had it drawn up, and then pick 5 was where I thought there was going to be drama. You've got the Chargers needing a lot, new regime.
Tip Raymond just went, Ryan.
Who?
Illinois tight end.
Nice. Oh,
Okay.
really? In the 3rd?
Yeah, to the Cardinals.
Over Jatavian Sanders?
I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing
No, I'm just
with my 2 eyes.
I'm incredulous.
Hey, it must be nice to have 2 eyes. I will on Tuesday. I'm excited for that. Get that
Shout out for eyes.
bullshit out of the way. Shout out to Pat McAfee.
Shout out to eyes. We see
paying
you.
for that surgery. That's fucking wild.
Wow, holy cow. So we'll get into tight ends real quick because there's 3 that's gone out. Brock Bowers, top tight end. I mean, honestly, probably the best college tight end that has, gone to the draft.
Yeah.
Raiders fans are pissed, and it's hilarious.
Went to the Raiders. What the fuck?
Who spent big draft capital last year on Mayer?
Hey,
Hey, what's up,
Finally,
fellas?
you
It's
finally got your
sideways
pits
right.
done?
So the Raiders spend a second round pick. The Raiders spent a second round pick last year on Michael Mayer. I mean, he didn't really do much, but rookie
Isn't it
tight
Mayer?
ends. Mayer,
Isn't it-
Meyer, I don't
isn't-
care.
It's
Tomato,
doesn't matter.
tomato. Doesn't matter.
Potato.
But what are they? What were they doing there?
I don't know.
That was a very silly pick. It was a very silly pick. I give it an F for fuck you doing out there, Las Vegas.
There were a lot of those. Like, I mean, let's just go ahead and poke the bear, right? Atlanta at 8. Why?
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on real
that
quick.
one was by far the most confusing pick of the draft so far. Like, and it's not
like
even
Corum just went.
Oh, who'd he go
To
to?
who?
Rams.
I do
Oh
like that
no!
fit. I do like that fit.
Ooh, that's sneaky. That's good. Real quick, just jump back to my tight end point. Ben Siniot went second in round 2 to the Commanders. I had higher grades on him, but he wasn't my second tight end in the class. And then Tip Ryman going. Most people gave him at most late fourth round draft capital, target for him, but. There are still some really good tight ends out there. Jatavian Sanders from Texas, Cade Stover, the Ohio State tight end. I'm trying to find the name of the guy that I like.
Who do you guys think right now
Theo Johnson's really good.
of
Eric
the
Hall.
top 10? Like who is the one guy that we redraft this? We redraft 2024 in 4 years like we always do. Who's the guy of the top 10 that goes 1 in 4 years? You think? Honest
Caleb
opinion.
Williams.
Caleb.
Caleb.
Caleb, yeah.
Dude, that's like if you're a Bears fan,
Mm.
like I told my wife today, like 34 years. Like I've been watching this team for 34 years. And again, sorry, Rick, you're not a Bears fan. Keith, you're not a Bears fan. So this is like I understand we're gonna be fucking toxic about this, but 34
Let us
years
have
of
our fun.
misery.
I haven't said a word.
I respect you, Keith. I've told you numerous times that the Packers fan base could learn a lot by following you. And
I'm
listening to you.
happy. I'm happy for you two. I'm happy for Bears fans.
Yeah, no,
But-
I have no qualms against the Bears whatsoever. It's a great pick, and honestly, I feel like this is potentially the single biggest opportunity in our lifetime that we will see a Bears roster like this. We've never seen anything like it, not just from the quarterback position. Obviously, this is the most promising prospect of a Bears quarterback that we've seen in our lifetimes. But even outside of the quarterback position, the rest of that roster looks phenomenal. I mean, you've got Keenan Allen, you've got DJ Moore, you've got DeAndre Swift, you've got Cole Kmet, you've got a rock
Gerald
solid
Everett.
You got Gerald
Everett. I
People
forgot
forget
that.
about
People
Gerald
sleep on him,
Everett.
and people sleep on it so much. Like, there's been posts on X that
No,
are like,
Gerald Everett's a solid pass catching tight end. He
yeah,
really
like you got to
is.
think he's option like 6.
Yeah, he
Like, think
really
about
is. I
that.
think that he has been undervalued since he was a Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah.
But he's extremely athletic, solid hands, just underutilized. I think even from his Seattle days to his days with the Chargers, very underutilized. And, you know, he doesn't need to be a top target for y'all because of the other pass catching weapons that you have there.
Correct.
And so, no, I have nothing bad to say about the Bears whatsoever. I'm stoked. I'm hyped for you guys. I think the Bears are going to. I think that the NFC North is going to be a very, very exciting division from top to bottom this year.
Yes.
Mostly at the top for me.
Yeah, baby. Bear down. All right. Seriously,
all right,
do the
back-
Bears have the best wide receiver room in the
Yes.
nation, in the league?
Yes. I cannot. Keith, you're rolling your eyes.
I didn't do shit.
I saw.
I'm watching the draft.
I
This is
will say
video.
I don't hate the Seahawks wide receiver room. We still got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN.
I like.
Pretty nasty.
Yeah. That's a very good wide receiver room. No qualms about that.
No, I agree.
I think that between those two teams, between the Seahawks and the Bears wide receiver room, I think that you have a player. I think JSN and Lockett are real similar.
Yes, agree.
I mean, you'd have to agree, right?
I'll grant. Yeah. very similar
DK Metcalf is
It's a
that
monster.
he's that X factor. Like, he is your big playmaker. We don't have a guy we don't have a DK Metcalf. You know what I mean? We have DJ Moore, who's quarterback agnostic. He can put up numbers with any quarterback. Has put up numbers. You've got Keenan Allen. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, or
Oh, yeah.
he's at least a
He's not
future
wrong.
Hall of Famer.
Keenan Allen has some of the most surest hands in the league, for sure.
Yep, and then we've got Rome Odunze, young guy, can grow with Caleb. That can do it all. He's got. I watched. I can't remember the guy's name on YouTube, but I watched tape on Rome a whole bunch, and his get off on the line is
Yeah.
incredible.
He
He does
processes
this.
information so quickly.
He does this little stutter step with his feet, like step out.
Yep.
And like his releases, and it's like the best release I've ever seen on
Yep.
a wide receiver in a long time.
Dan Orlovsky on ESPN broke that down really well today, or maybe it was
Yeah.
last night, but there was a clip about it.
Yeah,
So
I really feel like that the NFC North is going to be one of the most exciting divisions to watch this year. I really do. I think
you
it's
know-
going to be a dogfight between the Lions and the Bears. I'll go ahead and say it. I think although the Packers are up there. I really can't count out the Packers. They had a phenomenal year last year. I know that Blake and Ryan are vehemently against the Packers, but they look solid. Jordan Love looked
They're
good,
not stupid. They're not stupid though.
and we'll see what
They
happens.
may be
if
against.
they
I'm
look
against the Bears, but they're not stupid.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens with JJ McCarthy there in Minnesota. They obviously still have Justin Jefferson. They just got Aaron Jones. I think it's going to be one of the most intriguing divisions to watch this year.
I still
100%.
think Sam Darnold starts this season as the starter. You paid that
Oh,
dude
sure.
$10 million.
Yeah.
I don't think we see JJ till week 5 or 6.
Yeah,
at
sure,
all.
and that's fair. But even so, I think that
it's still the Vikings will still make it interesting enough. But I obviously I have them at the bottom.
Right, yeah. I think a lot of people probably do just based off the quarterback room there. But I was giving a little more thought. You know, obviously the Bengals, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase.
Although
They-
T. Higgins just requested a trade.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
You can request all you want. What the?
he
He
can
can request all he wants. I honestly, I think a spot for T. Higgins would be Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo's been
100%.
trading back, grabbing some draft picks. I think they trade for like a T. Higgins, and then you can sign OBJ still. And now all of a sudden, Josh Allen's still got some decent weapons.
They did just draft that Florida wide receiver.
3
Cole-
Wolverines just went in a row.
Really?
Although I tell you
Keon-
who else
Yeah.
has a pretty nasty wide receiver trio is the Texans. The Texans between Tank
Yeah.
Dell, Nico Collins, now Stephon Diggs.
But you don't really know
Uh-uh.
what you're going to get with Tank Dell this year coming off that fractured leg.
Oh, even so, you
Is the
still
only
got
is the only knock I would say there.
fair enough. But you
Yeah.
still got Nico Collins, you still got Stephon Diggs. So I mean, I feel like they're gonna, and they got Joe Mixon now, who can catch some passes out of the backfield.
Yeah. I think I don't like Stephon Diggs to Houston though. I think Houston was so good last year because of their culture and like their vibe, and I think Stephon Diggs is too much of a it's about me type of player like we've seen from Minnesota now, we've seen Buffalo now. I worry that weeks in the nitty gritty, week 6, 7, 8, when things may get tough,
Yeah,
you've still got a young quarterback. Like he's going
Well-
to see different NFL looks this year. So when they get to a point where they're struggling, if it happens, is Ryan's the guy that can right that ship and keep Stephon Diggs from posting stupid shit on Twitter like he has.
right. Well, and that's a fair point. But what I will also say to that is, the Texans really it's a zero risk investment for them. If they owe him no money whatsoever. He's not like on any type of contract where the Texans are going to have to pay him if they cut him next season. So
Well, yeah,
it's-
that deal also kind of didn't make sense, right? Like you trade for him and then you make it so you could cut him or release him at the end of the year, which I guess is a safety blanket for Houston, but it could also
Yeah.
be a holy shit. We just got fucking now. If Stephon Diggs goes off and has a career year,
I
Now
got
you're-
one. I got one more wide receiver room that we can talk about. Well, two really: Dolphins with Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but
they really don't
his
have
former
a third option,
team.
though.
His former team. Just listen to this stat: the Chiefs wide receiver room. We'll talk about
Oh,
this real
I was
quick.
just about to bring them up.
I know where you're going
And
with
then
this.
and then we'll go back to the Chargers pick, which we didn't even talk about yet.
Yeah, sure.
Hollywood Brown, 4.2740. Xavier Worthy, they just drafted him in the first, moved up for him. We'll talk about him a little more later. 4.21 40-yard dash, incredible record
Yep.
breaker. Ray Shee Rice, 119 miles an hour.
I was waiting for it.
Shout out to Mitch Cumstein, 56 on Twitter for that
Ew.
fucking nugget that
Shout
has
out,
provided
Mitch.
3.6 million people with enjoyment.
Oh, that's fucking gold.
so
That's gold. Well, you got to add in
Chargers.
Travis Kelce, the brick shithouse in the middle of all that.
That's true, yeah. Chargers. Joe Alt here. It's a fantastic pick.
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh, when asked about not going out and getting a weapon,
Uh-huh.
his line, offensive linemen are weapons.
I
The
agree with
tip
him.
of the spear. I love that.
Well,
I
but
mean,
they
it's-
ended up
it's-
getting a
There's-
receiver in round 2, didn't they?
Yes.
Yes. Pretty
But I
good
mean,
one too.
Still, you got Joe Alt, one of the best offensive, now everyone knew Harbaugh was going to build that team through the offensive line.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, and
he
that's
did it at Michigan. He did it at Stanford. Did it at San Francisco. Like
100%. Like obviously, kind of the low hanging fruit here is the fact that they lost Keenan Allen, they lost
talking
Mike
about your
Williams,
balls?
they lost Austin Eckler, but
What?
even with those guys last year, probably the biggest, most glaring issue for them was their offensive line. Their offensive line was terrible last year,
Yes.
so it made perfect sense. And not to harp back on my Seahawks, but that's part of why I was actually pretty damn happy that we went with Byron Murphy.
Yes.
We kept getting gashed through the ground last year. Our secondary was solid, between Tariq Woolen and all those guys, Kobe Bryant, all the we had a solid secondary play.
Shout out
But
Cincinnati.
we needed somebody in the trenches that could punch somebody in the mouth, and we got that. And we just drafted, I forget the kid's name, but out of UConn, we addressed our offensive line needs with this second-round pick.
Forgot that UConn still has a football team.
Christian Haynes, I
Taking a
really
stab
actually
there at
like
Dan
him.
Orlovsky.
He's a hell of a guard. I think some people actually think that he might eventually or might possibly be able to play center.
Yep.
Who's
So
that?
we addressed
Christian
both sides of our
Haynes.
line.
He's a guard for UConn. That's who Rick was talking about.
Yeah. Well, then you go to pick 6. You got the Giants taking Neighbors, in which it was reported that the first time Neighbors met Daniel Jones, it was so awkward the social PR team decided not to post the video. Have you seen the video? Because one got posted.
No.
It is awkward.
Really?
It is like he's getting out of like this van, like it's a big cargo van. They got the back doors open, and like Daniel Jones like walks up like in a suit and tie, and like Neighbors is in like sweats, and like they do the old like slap hands hug thing, right? And like Neighbors looks emotionless and pissed off. Are you looking for the video?
Yeah.
I mean it is so bad. Which, I mean, dude, you just got drafted 6th overall. Show a little bit of joy, a little bit of excitement, maybe. Like, this is not college where you pick where you go and stuff like that. But, I mean, it was just. I think it's a good pick for New York. They took the best.
He was not pissed. Apparently, at his press conference, dude is just nervous as fuck. You gotta think. We all need to stop for a second and remember.
These are
Keith,
20-year-old
how old
kids.
are you? 40. We just
40.
celebrated your 40th birthday.
Yeah.
These kids are like 21 years old.
Rick, how old are you?
I will be 33 here in less than 2 weeks.
The actual baby of our show.
Yeah.
Most responsibility of anybody, the baby of the show. Blake, you're 34. Okay? 38. These guys are
Blake, shout out
21,
Teller Services.
22, and some of them are 24, 25, COVID class, whatever. Atlanta, why the fuck are you doing that? But, I mean, at his press conference, he called him Janiel Dones.
Hell yeah.
He's just nervous.
Jesus, you shit your pants, Keith? You need dude wipes? You just
I
pull your
have-
Dan Orlovsky?
Maybe.
Daniel Dones.
I hit this.
Fucking love
Hashtag
Daniel
Daniel Dones.
Speaking of that, did you see
Dones
the Jags?
and Rhonda Cincinnati.
Did you see that press conference with the Jags general managers rip a fart in the middle of it?
No.
No, but I'll
Oh,
tell
yeah,
you what, I
he's-
do like that receiver that they got.
Yeah. That helps. I think that'll help Trevor a little bit.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
cannot
Especially
find
after
that
losing.
meeting video, by the
I
way.
think that was a good pick with them
Maybe they
having lost
removed
Calvin
it?
Ridley. I thought that was a very good pick for them.
For the Jags?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, they signed Gabe
Very,
Davis,
very
that big
good.
contract. Christian Kirk now, this young kid.
Which I'll tell you what, we had talked all sorts of shit, like whenever they dumped all that money onto Christian Kirk, and he's worked out really well for the Jags. So
That
we've
is
seen-
very true. I was one of the first people. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's a
And
crazy.
Well,
I'll
he
tell
kinda
you what,
reset
we've
the market,
seen
didn't he?
instances, at least in the fantasy football community, where we could see the potential for Gabe Davis, like the explosiveness was there, but it just never came to fruition. So who knows, man? Like, it could end up working out. He's in Duval now, a little bit more relaxed than up there in old Buffalo. So
Mac Jones is
Let's-
releasing fucking rap albums.
Snack Jones.
All right, let's go 7. Tennessee. Who did they take again? I forgot. What was
J.C.
what did they do?
Latham.
That's
Jason.
right. Big boy from
tackle.
Alabama.
Back
Hey, the Packers
to
are on the
back
clock.
years. Back-to-back years with a big old Bama right tackle going. I really freaking love that pick. I think that they legitimately had the worst offensive line in football.
Yep.
And they really like Will Levis. And to be fair, to be very honest with you, Levis actually kind of does look good at times.
Yeah.
And to be
He's a fucking
even
psycho.
more honest with you, Blake also likes Will Levis. They have a lot in common.
No.
Yeah,
fuck
they
that,
love
dude.
mayo
Fuck
and
that.
coffee.
Fuck that. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Hey, we took a
Hashtag
running
go
back.
More.
We took a running back.
Who did you take?
Marshawn Lloyd out of USC.
All right.
Caleb's boy.
Yeah, we took Caleb's boy.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, and then but let me ask this. Obviously, we're Bears fans. We're happy that we got Roma Dunze. Should the Titans have taken Roma Dunze at 7?
No. No, I think there is, and as we have seen through the first 3 rounds, how many offensive linemen have gone. This is a good draft.
Yeah.
Like the guy we just got in the 3rd, he's on top of some people's draft boards just on talent alone. Some people being Jacob Infante on X, Twitter.
Shout out, Jacob.
I have a thread that I'm trying to read through about this guy just because I like getting knowledge. But I'm fine with them doing that here. I never thought that they were going wide receiver. I know I had a couple of buddies that were real worried that Rome wasn't going to fall and we were going to have to trade up. Ryan Poles was worried we were going to have to. He was apparently needed to be held back from our assistant GM Ian Cunningham.
Shout out Ian.
From trading up, and I all week I had I fucking nearly died from pooping and puking my guts out, but I had a feeling that we were gonna get him. Because I just sat and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, quarterback. Arizona, I know, they're going to say they're going to try to make a move or whatever, but Monty Ossenfort loves Marvin Harrison Jr.
So there was a
he's
rumor
their top player.
There was a rumor on Twitter that Minnesota called them, and they asked for both first rounds this year, their first round next year, and other draft capital for that spot.
They did.
Okay.
Well, at that point, you're weighing not pick to pick. You're weighing, okay, I have this right here, right now. This is Marvin Harrison Jr. If the guys that I pay, my scouts that I pay a ton of fucking money to, are right, this is a generational talent. His dad was a generational talent as well. They're different players, whatever.
Yep.
So for me to pass up on Marvin Harrison Jr. as Monty Ossenfort, I would need. You're gonna have to fucking sweeten that pot. Give us more. Give us more. I just never thought that there was going to be enough. Somebody runs through with the dumbest trade ever and gives them 4 firsts and
trade.
But I had him going here for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I was always hopeful the Bears would trade up for Marvin Harrison but mine was always contingent. Mine was always contingent on Arizona trading out.
I will caveat all of this with saying I have thought for a long while that Malik Neighbors is going to go down as the best of the big 3.
I actually think it will end up being Rome Odunze just because of situations.
I don't know. I think Neighbors has the most talent of the 3, but Odunze is the most mature.
Yes.
And he's just so refined and polished. He might not be as fast as Neighbors, and he might not be jumping as much as Harrison, but he still has the body control. He's got the release off the line. He's got, what was it? I had that. I'll find it on my phone really, really quick because it's a crazy cool stat. Contested catch rate between the big 3. from bottom to top went Marvin Harrison Jr. was 43.3% on contested catches. Malik Neighbors, not much better, 45.5. Roma Dunze, 74.1% on
Unreal.
contested catches, which is, it's not, at that point, it's not a 50-50 ball. Caleb
Correct.
throws one up. It's not a 50-50 ball. It's more like a 60-40 or
Yeah.
70-30.
74-26.
Yeah. Well,
For our
exactly.
Snappers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
Sorry,
to
I'm
8. 'Cause we're
Sorry, I'm
we're-
trying to figure out who the Packers are taking here at 91.
You're good.
Sorry.
Moving to 8. Michael Penix Jr. for Atlanta Falcons. Kind of a
Great pick, guys. Great fucking pick. Dumbass
Kirk Cousins.
motherfuckers.
Dan Orlovsky with
Found
the
out
copium
as they
this
were
morning.
calling in. Like,
Yeah, Kirk didn't Kirk not hear about it literally until like they were just about to make the pick.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cousins camp says there was thoughts of them taking a quarterback in the next 2 years, but not with the very first pick in this draft.
That's nuts. That's
Guys,
absolutely
it's time for my tinfoil.
Uh-oh.
Tinfoil hat.
So I wish I had a tinfoil hat next to me. I would legitimately put it on here.
I'll have my daughter
Okay.
make you one.
There is currently a tampering investigation against Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons.
True.
We all thought that deal came along real quick,
Well, we knew it would.
real out of nowhere, though. No, I'm talking about as soon as like the tampering period opened, it was announced, which that doesn't happen. That's pretty
Sure.
quick.
Sure.
And then at his introductory conference, he basically admitted there was tampering.
Yes. Agreed. Agree to that statement. Does the
What
NFL
if-
void the deal?
What if exactly? Yeah, that's my fuck. You stole my
Sorry.
thought. What if the NFL
I was
has
thinking hat.
informed them that the deal is actually void because it fault? You know, I don't know if they can do that. I don't know.
Has the league ever voided a deal
No.
like that?
I don't think so.
That would be wild, though. And then I mean, this pick would look great and magical and
No, it would
super.
still not look great because I'm not a Michael
Of
Penix.
Michael Penix, J.J. McCartney, or Bo Nix. I'm taking Michael Penix.
I don't know. I think I lean Bo Nix.
I mean, okay, there's an argument to be made there, right?
Bill
Because-
Belichick loves Bo Nix, by the way.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
because
He's
I mean, he played
same
with
age.
he's Well, yes, played 33
You know, I
years in
actually looked
college.
it up. I actually looked it up. Bo Nix is actually only like 2 months and some change older than Michael Penix.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Is they are both old, but Bo
Yeah.
Nix is in a much better situation.
I know. I was just being cheeky.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Wait, you
a-
think Bo
a
Nix is in a
tweet.
better situation right now going to
Yeah.
Denver than
Yeah,
Michael
for him
Penix going to
personally.
Atlanta?
Yeah, I 100% do. Are you kidding me?
What?
Penix is not starting. He's going to be sitting.
Okay. I'm saying if Penix was starting,
Who the fuck are we taking?
say the Cousins deal does get voided and Penix is now your starter. I think the better situation there is obviously Atlanta by a landslide.
Agreed. I agree.
I mean, Drake London,
Why?
Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, all right. That is a pretty good. That's pretty good, I guess. Yeah. Sean Payton, Kevin
Yeah,
Williams.
which-
I mean,
Sean
Courtland
Payton's
Sutton.
fucking great when he's got Drew fucking Brees. If he
Who
doesn't
the
have Drew
fuck
Brees,
is you?
I love that when the Packers take somebody and Keith's like, I don't even know who this dude is. Makes me
Ty-
super
Hopper.
happy. Makes me
Hopper?
super happy.
Hopper.
Okay, so 9 Romadunze. We've already
We have a buddy.
beat that horse into the grave. We'll move on.
Who the
10,
fuck
the
is
Vikings
he?
trade up to the Jets to take J.J. McCartney. He goes from Michigan to Minnesota. What do you think?
I like it.
Oh, he's.
I just don't. I think he's Mac Jones again. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see it there.
I like it. I like it. I think that he'll be
No,
good
I-
enough. Like I think he will be better than Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that is for sure. That's a low bar. That's like a little. It's like you know
Unless you're the
when
Dallas
the
Cowboys.
you know when they do the dog agility courses.
My wife does that, yeah.
Yeah, and then they got like the
My
little
wife.
my
Like,
wife.
your wife actually runs the course. Like
Well, she does, but the dog does all the obstacles.
Dude, okay, pause.
I'm teasing.
Guys, I have to tell you this thing that I saw.
Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. We do talk sports and nonsense.
This is a
Always.
sport.
It is a sport. I agree. My
I
wife
gotta
has to run.
No, I'm gonna find this
oh.
video. It's like
If you came here for NBA updates, don't come for us.
yeah.
Don't, because we do not talk the NBA on this league,
This league.
fast show, whatever the fuck we are.
I mean, it's kind of a league.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, maybe.
4 out of the 5 of us, although we are possibly
I want
looking
to
at
go
bringing
see that.
into the fold this year too.
Yes, we are. Always
I
looking.
want to go
good.
see that Ungentlemanly Warfare movie. That looks fucking awesome.
Let's go.
I haven't been to a
Yeah,
movie
let's
in
go.
probably 3. Last time I went to a movie was when the Batman came out.
Last time I went to the movie was Keith will have to remember because it was with him.
And you
It's
were
the premiere of
probably-
Dune 2.
Tune.
Dune
2.
Speaking of movie, Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Wolverine,
Daredevil.
Deadpool looks fucking sweet.
That does
Okay.
yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of hobby horsing?
No.
What?
No. Oh, is that? That's the thing where they fucking.
Yeah, yep.
It's
Just
like
don't.
that a horse?
Just shut up. Don't spoil shit. We all know your mommy's special
Oh, I hope
boy.
This is what I think it is.
Yes, it is. It's the fucking gif you said making fun of the Cowboys all the time.
Hobby horsing.
Shout out to anyone that does hobby horsing. We appreciate you for providing us
Wait.
entertainment on
What the fuck am I looking at?
Do you know
Oh, never
this?
mind. This isn't what I thought it was.
No.
This
This
is
what
the
Bailey's
this is
gonna get
people
into.
running in the dog in the dog shows. When you said that, Rick, this is where I went to instantly. It's literally like it's a wooden horse. They call it
Is,
hobby horsing,
this
and
what
they
Bailey's- look at it. She's drawing hurdles. This is what Bailey's getting into, Keith. I bet you it's cheaper than the horse lessons.
That's true. Yep.
She hasn't taken
High-
horse lessons in like 7 months.
High stepping. Oh,
It's
now
been
you got
fucking
a
cold,
nice
Keith.
gallop.
That doesn't matter.
All right.
It's
Is it bad
enough
that we
of that.
started with JJ McCartney and we ended up with hobby horsing?
It's
Look at them. They
McCarthy.
do the jumps. She's jumping. She's agile.
She jumped over like 6 of them. That was impressive.
It was. Dude.
Unreal.
That's a
Also,
thing.
J.J. McCarthy, I believe, not McCartney.
McCarthy. My apologies.
Yep.
We'll be hearing it a lot when he gets sacked by Montez Sweat and intercepted by Jalen Johnson.
Or
11. Who picked 11? The Jets?
the Jets, they moved back one spot. They got who some people had as a top tackle, Olu Fashanu at Penn State.
Caleb's
Dude
boy.
is a monster.
Yes, he is.
6'30", 100-inch wingspan. He's huge. I don't know if
He
he's
would have been one that if we traded back, I would have been okay taking.
Rick. What color are my eyes?
Yes.
Brown.
Yeah, sure.
I'm full
I'm
of
on my
shit.
phone.
I am full of shit. That's what that means. That's what my grandma used to tell me.
Oh yeah.
Shout out
He's
to grandma.
Caleb's offensive tackle in high school at Gonzaga College Prep.
Nice.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's a huge prospect. 6'6", 312, 34-inch pythons.
My buddy's got a picture of Olu holding his kid,
That's cool.
Like baby. Like it barely, like it fits in his hand.
Like a little guy.
They also go to all the Penn State games. Shout out to the Hildies.
So yeah, that's good. This is a great pick, actually.
Yep,
You
agreed.
you can't really get mad there with what was left on the board, what you need. Like this is a great pick. Maybe go Bowers here. That's
yeah.
who I had them going, but can't get mad at it really.
Yeah, I mean the one Achilles heel.
Har
I actually didn't mean it like that. But no, like
He broke himself.
the
that
Jets
big
had a
dumb idiot.
relatively solid roster last year that even a few games, Zach Wilson looked decent,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But
Yeah.
the one thing that kind of hampered them outside of just shitty quarterback play was their offensive line. You know, Aaron Rodgers, you know, he had moments of being semi-mobile throughout his career, but if you're
So
going to be
long.
playing at that dog shit field there at MetLife, and you have an older quarterback who is now coming off of a terrible injury,
Right.
you got to protect him. So I like the pick.
We do actually need to jump back a few picks here and actually do mention that they had Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers had the same injury, the
That is
Achilles.
true as well. That is true.
It is very hard to come back from.
Yes.
Many quarterbacks don't. That being a caveat there, maybe Penix does actually see the field a lot sooner than their reported,
It's quite possible.
3 to 4 year plan. Which, by the way, if they did that, he would be a starter at 27 for the first time. That's just that's old, man.
That is old. That is crazy. That is possible.
Yeah.
12 was
Bo Nix to Denver. We kind of
Right,
touched on
right.
that. I kind of like it. I mean, they need a quarterback. He is a good quarterback.
agreed.
The big dig on him has always been like, he's grandpa. He's the oldest guy in the room.
Yep.
And he is, but like he's a good
Played a
quarterback.
lot of football. It's got a lot of miles on them tires.
He's not. He's a game manager, I think, at best. You know
Agreed.
what I mean?
Yeah, he's not-
Gonna,
yeah.
He's gonna be the offensive, headliner in the offense that Sean Payton envisioned Russell Wilson running. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Raiders. We did talk about this a little bit earlier too. Brock Bowers.
You think this was just like a best player available thing?
100%.
I'm imagining it has to be. I mean, you do run a lot of 2 tight end sets, and
Sure.
having 2 high pedigree guys there is a very smart move. They also need pass catchers. Bowers is a big wide receiver that blocks really well and just happens to line up as a tight end.
And I will say, and this is not really related to the pick so much, but just with the Vegas Raiders, I just got to say this. I am a huge fan of Gardner Minshew. Not because he's this overly just otherworldly quarterback, but just personality-wise,
Mhm.
I love the kid. I think he's hilarious. I think that he fit the whole Duval thing better than Trevor Lawrence did.
Well,
And
yeah.
him specifically being the Las Vegas quarterback is hilarious to me.
Yeah,
I just
it
think
is.
it's going to be
It is
It is
really
actually
weird.
really funny. I
Like,
didn't think about it until just
But
now.
it's-
That's hilarious.
And
it's
having
super. Good.
having a old mud flap Minshew toss the rock to Big Brock.
No,
I like
no. But here's the thing. Here's what you guys are not forgetting. Here's what you guys are forgetting. Why take a dynamic wide receiving catching playmaker when Luke Getsy's only going to run the fucking football and not pass it an entire quarter? We forgetting about that?
I'm dying. I had to think about Getsy.
Yeah, who's their running back right now?
Zaire?
It doesn't matter. He's going to become a fucking MVP. He's going to get fed the rock 75 times a fucking game.
So I'll tell you who it's not.
Fucking motherfucker.
DeAndre Swift.
Josh
I don't
Jacobs.
know who their running back is. Who their starter is.
They found another tweet, Blake.
Did they?
Yeah. I'll show you here real quick. You were not here, Rick, when we were talking about this, but the Bears' 3rd round pick tonight, Kieran Amajadi.
Don't try.
That was good, right? Amajadi?
Close enough.
Kieran Amajadi. He's an offensive lineman. He is from Chicago. So this is awesome. They have unsurfaced some old tweets. as
Someone's
they
going
do.
hard through that fucking Twitter account right now.
He's one of us. Release the entire Bears O-line 2020.
Yeah, he is one of us.
He's one of us.
He is one of us.
That's my man.
That's awesome.
I'm
Ryan,
actually.
if you go through
I'm going
Ryan's
in-
Twitter, there's probably the exact same tweet from Ryan's account at
Yeah,
some point in 2020.
100% agree. I would actually. I want to know how they do they go back so far through people's Twitters because I want to go back through mine and see some of the dumb shit. I've been on there for like 15 years.
Pissing
That
up
is
people
one
off.
thing
They'll
that I
figure
will
it out.
say.
They'll go back and do it for you.
Is kind of a blessing about Facebook is because they'll show you, oh, look at your memories from 13 years ago or whatever.
And you're like, why did my cringe ass post? Anyone
Right.
looking to cuddle on this Friday night? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I used to fucking vague book so
Oh,
hard,
it
man.
was.
It
I still do.
I
it
was
bad,
an
but-
emo kid at the time of emo kids. Like,
I remember like sharing like the cuddle
first
buddy application
ones.
post. Fucking stupid. Oh, all right. 14 was.
your mom.
My mom did not.
I'm Talisi Foyoga.
Talisay
Oh, the first defensive
Fuaga.
player off the. I think
That's-
Colt's got a
no,
fucking.
That's an offensive tackle,
He is
sir.
an offensive
That's an
tackle from Oregon
offensive tackle.
State.
Wait, who is this? Oh, wait, what team?
Talisay Fuaga
the Saints.
went to the Saints.
Oh, that's right. I thought you said Colts. You're right. My bad. My bad.
I will just put the gauntlet down now. You can never have enough good, high pedigree offensive linemen. I'm gonna give anytime a team picks an offensive lineman in this draft, especially this draft,
Yeah.
they just get an A, just an automatic A. The
Hey,
Packers,
thanks.
they get an A. Jordan Morgan is a fantastic offensive lineman.
He'll,
Good job, guys. That's good. That's a good thing.
I'm not mad. Just
Latte.
disappointed.
Latu.
There is the first defensive player,
Good
and they got a
lord.
fucking stud.
Yeah, but he is not the person. He is not the first, second, third, or fourth edge that I had on my list.
Agreed.
Like for him to go as the first defensive player with Dallas
In an
Turner,
offensive
Jared
draft.
Verse, Byron Murphy, Johnny Newton, all out there, blew my mind. But that being said, he fits in that in that defense. They can literally just plop him in, and he will fit in there like a Swiss machined cog going in the fanciest watch you've ever seen.
Yep.
Right in there, and it will work. So this is you have a lot of good players, and the best player available is not the best player for you, and the gulf wasn't that far. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I really like that pick.
I like it a lot too. He plays fast. He's gonna play fast inside that stadium in Indianapolis. Gonna, pair up with DeForest Buckner and shit like that. Like I think that's a great pick for them. I really do.
And now we get to Rick's guy. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Byron Murphy. I started
second.
seeing Byron Murphy the second. I started seeing a little bit more smoke over the last week and a half about him being a target of the Bears in case we
Yep.
trade back. And so I dug into him. I love this dude.
Yep.
He
Same.
is a stud.
He is an absolute monster of a man. Honestly, gives me Aaron Donald vibes just from a pure build standpoint. He doesn't have the length that a lot of people would want in a prospect, but neither did Aaron Donald. He's just a thick boy with quick fucking burst, and
I
just
want to let you know that they were the St. Louis Rams at the time, right?
they
Yeah.
were. Yep.
Yes, he was the last St. Louis Ram.
I wanted to drive to that city and just shit right in front of the Jones Dome when they made that pick because I was in love with Aaron Donald for like a year and a half. I was like, oh, dude, the Bears have got to fucking get this guy. And it gets to that pick, and it's Aaron Donald, and the Bears are right after him.
Yep, the very next pick.
And you know who we fucking got?
That happened to me today.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I
was
couldn't remember
asking.
who we got.
Yep.
But-
hang on.
No, but
Again, you got your team sniped me.
Yeah, no, I think that this is a great pick for Seattle. I was honestly thinking that just the way the draft would have
Kyle Fuller.
fallen, I thought that
Oh, that's pretty good.
we would have ended up with someone like Jared Verse. simply just, again, I just thought the draft would kind of fall that way. And we had a few visits with Jared Verse as well.
Yeah, I know you were talking about him in one of the chats earlier
Yeah.
in the day about how you were excited that he's going to probably fall to you.
Yeah,
It's
which,
like, dude, he's
hey,
fantastic.
I am more than okay with Byron Murphy. Nothing but love for Jared Verse. I'll
Sure,
still
yeah.
jersey, but
There's
no,
a lot.
Byron Murphy is a monster. He is an absolute monster.
Speaking
That
of
was
Jared
great.
Verse,
There's a lot more high-end edge rushers later in the draft compared to defensive tackles.
Right.
Like, and so, yeah,
And I
Jared
think
Verse would have been really fun in that defense because of just he's anger.
yeah.
He just runs violent. And you think about the Legion of Boom and all that, and it conjures up that. And he would have been very fun there. But
I think with some of the offseason additions that the Seahawks made, I think that he fits in beautifully. There with Jared Reed, Uchenna Nwosu, Leonard Williams. I think that they're
Mike
slowly
McDaniel.
starting to build a reputable defense there in Seattle again.
Yeah. Well, and then you have Jared Verse go very next pick.
yep.
Not very next pick. No.
Wasn't it like the very next pick?
Dallas Turner.
Oh,
went next.
sorry. You're right.
Verse
Yeah.
went like 3 picks later.
You're right.
Dallas Turner went to the worst possible spot, the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings.
For us, because he's a fantastic talent.
Stud. And
He makes
that defensive coordinator up there, Brian Flores. Right? Is it Brian Flores still?
Mhm.
Yes.
Creates some havoc on defense. So they lose Danielle Hunter and they fucking get, Dallas Turner to plug right in.
Now they did trade up with Jacksonville for this.
They did, yes.
I don't remember the compensation, but it really wasn't that much.
No, it was
Next
a lot.
pick, it was.
It was. It was
Yeah,
like
I'll
4
look it up.
picks.
I'll look it up.
I put it in the group chat. You can find the tweet.
Keith will correct me as we talk about Amarius Mims, the offensive tackle to
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Got to protect Joey B.
Yep. Great pick. Love it.
Yep.
A+. Jared Verse to the Rams. Does that scare you a little bit, Rick?
Yeah, and then the Rams also ended up picking another FSU player in the second round. Fisk. Both very, very good defensive players. I hope that they have 15 great games a season from an individual standpoint.
Yep.
But no, it's going to be bittersweet. Obviously, playing him twice a year, it does make me a little bit nervous because I liked that guard that we picked up in the second round, but there's still a lot of problems on our O-line that need to be addressed. And staring down Jared Verse on the other side there, not looking forward to that. Not looking forward.
It's
to
like you got to think teams in that division like Aaron Donald retired, and you're like, all right, fuck yeah. And with the first pick, the Rams select Jared Verse. You're like, fuck no.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like-
oh no.
Exactly. It's like the gif of the dude on Simpsons walking to the bar, taking
Abe.
the hat off, putting it on the hook,
Yep.
turning
Exactly.
around, grabbing that, putting it right, walking right back out. Like
The
hey, what was
Vikings
that?
got pick 17. The Jaguars got first round pick for 2024, 2024 fifth, 2025 third, 2025 fourth.
Yeah,
So four-
I mean, that
Four total
is some
picks.
value, but it's again at the grand
So
scheme of
if-
thing, they're not
Right.
giving up like high stuff.
Yeah, a first, a fifth, a third, and a fourth.
Yeah.
And the third and the fourth are next year.
Not awful, but not good. Who was after Jared Verse?
By the way, Rick, you did draft Christian Haynes in the third round, so you are addressing the offensive line. He's a really good. I think he's more.
didn't-
Like he's better against, or not against, but he's better with the run, if I remember correctly.
Isn't
Yeah,
he
yeah.
that kid from
Better run
UConn
block.
we talked about earlier?
Yeah, UConn.
So go ahead.
After Verse,
Yeah, who's next?
Troy Fatanu,
From
offensive
Washington.
tackle from Washington, going to the Steelers.
I like that pick for them.
Yep, good. You're protecting your guys, getting a big beefy boy.
Steelers.
Can't have
country.
enough big beefy boys.
Did you see the report that they're not expected? Like they're not
not picking up the fifth
expecting
option.
them to pick up the 5th-year option for
They already
Fields?
didn't.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
I hope Justin turns it on this year, and I hope Justin has success in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I wish him
I
well.
wish him nothing but the best. He deserves it. He was into the Bears put him in a shit position. Then they got some adults in the room, and unfortunately,
Time was up.
you know, it was their turn to build it the way they needed to.
Good luck, Justin. We appreciate your time in Chicago.
Dolphins going Chop Robinson here. Edge
I
from
do like
Penn
that.
State.
They lose some defense. They gain chops a beast.
Quinion Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo. Not who I had as the first cornerback going off the boards.
Did you
but-
see the Micah Parsons interview?
Nope.
He was pissed.
That they got him?
Yeah, excuse me. He was basically like, I don't get how these fucking players, like how the Eagles get so lucky that these guys fall to them.
Yeah. He's a fucking dog.
It was
He's
wild.
an absolute
He
dog.
is. No,
And
he
the Eagles
phenomenal.
need help on that side of the ball.
Agreed.
Badly.
And he looked real mad, you know, coming out of the green room, and people were kind of dogging him about it a little bit on Twitter, and then somebody made a really good point, and it's like, that dude is going to play with the biggest fucking chip
On his shoulder. Yep.
Like, and he was already very talented. That's a dangerous combination.
Yep.
Brian Thomas Jr., result of the trade back for Jacksonville here. Fantastic.
I do like that for them.
They needed another pass catcher, and they got a pretty good one.
Yep.
Although I did like
We'll see.
that second kid from Washington, Polk, I think his name was.
Jalen Polk.
Yep, I liked
Yeah.
him a lot. I think he was just a tad better than Brian Thomas, but I think at that point you're apples. So, you know, which red apple do you want?
Apples to apples.
Yes.
6'3", 209, good size hands, 9 3/4 inch. Kind of shorter on the arms. 4'3", 40. Put up 11 reps. I mean, he's a physical, really good wide receiver. So you like that for him, Duval.
Yep.
Duval.
And such.
I heard he's already got a
Anywho.
Waffle House special.
Hell yeah. Probably.
I love me some Waffle
Terrion
House.
Arnold is your new Detroit Lion, cornerback from Alabama. Good pick.
Agreed.
That sucks for us.
They jumped
Jordan
above
Morgan.
Green Bay to take him.
Yep.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah, but
That's
there was
52 first-round picks for Nick Saban, by the way.
Nate Wiggins was there. Like, if you guys were going to draft a cornerback, like, he's the guy that was pretty consistently on the top of every board that I read.
Yeah.
So Packers go Jordan Morgan here. Again, offensive line, A+. Good job.
He's drafted as a tackle. I don't think he's going to end up being a tackle.
Most people,
He'll get a chance to compete for the tackle, but I think his arms are too short for tackle in the big leagues.
I hope they
he's
play him
tall-
as
I
a
don't-
tackle against Montez Sweat.
I don't think he's tall enough for it. I don't think he's big enough. I think he's going to end up being our
I think his
starting
style's
left
whack.
guard.
He's got a small PP. Keith's just dogging on his draft pick.
I know I like the guy.
Jeez.
I like the guy. I'm
I
saying
like
the
the guy. I'm
negative.
just tired of his shit. That's all I'm saying.
I think we need help at guard, and I think he's going to
He's
I
going to
agree
be a
with you.
guard.
I think
he's
he'll
just,
be a guard.
Yeah, he's
He'll be one
Brian
of our guards.
Balaga again. Graham Barton, center, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's out of Duke. He's a very smart guy. He's a good people mover. He's not the guy that a lot of people
underrated
had
right,
as
by the way.
I was going to say it wasn't my number one center.
not the number one center, but to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was. And he's a good fit. He's a good
Yeah,
center. He's
agreed.
going to plug into that system really well. Yeah, they did a great job. Darius Robinson, defensive end from Missouri, goes to the Arizona Cardinals. So you got your
Pass rusher.
You got your star wide receiver. Now you got your star pass rusher. Darius Robinson's sleepy good.
He is.
So
I just think
Chiefs.
Arizona's got too many. Like the nice thing about them is they'll be picking in the top 5 again next year.
most likely, yeah. Arizona, then Kansas City traded up with Buffalo. Again, I don't know why Buffalo is
Billy
a cuckold.
Brandon Bean. He's got to have a plan.
Yeah,
Trading for Higgins, trading for Debo or Ayuk, signing OBJ.
Something.
That gives Josh Allen serious weapons right there. If you trade for
Um,
Higgins or Debo or Ayuk, sign OBJ.
And what's the number one thing that the Buffalo Bills need?
Draft picks?
Well, besides
receivers?
that, wide
Wide
receiver,
receivers, of course.
because Stephon Diggs is gone. Kansas
Diggs
City
is
Chiefs,
gone.
Kansas City Chiefs traded up with Buffalo and drafted a wide receiver.
You know the team that the Bills can't beat in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I saw a tweet that was like, in retrospect, the Bills just wanted to pick 30 seconds. They knew what it felt like.
so they know what it felt like for once.
And then they traded out of that one.
Xavier Worthy, dude is lightning.
Crazy fast.
Very fast. Was
Very fast.
4.21 official 40, which I think it was a record.
Tis a record,
It
sir.
was, yes.
I wish that they did that island thing again. Remember that? A few years ago, John Ross ran a 4.21, or maybe it was a 4.22. It was the record. They Adidas had a deal that if anybody in the draft, any prospect in the draft ran a 4.21 or 4.22 or something, they would give them an island. Like they bought an island. The caveat is that they had to run in Adidas's.
Ooh.
And again, pretty sure it was John Ross. Got
Got
that
an
score, didn't get an island because he was wearing New Balances or
Oh,
Nikes or something.
no.
Wearing dad shoes. Hey,
He
do you blame him?
refused to put the Adidas on.
Hey, good for him.
Christian
Holding out for
McCaffrey's
his
brother
morals.
just got drafted.
To who?
Read the fine print.
Christian McCaffrey's brother.
Oh,
But,
nice.
yeah, I heard that to who?
Washington. Sorry. All I heard was who. He's a commander.
Yeah, I think Xavier Worthy is a scary target for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, now you've got two speedy guys and Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy that can down the line. If Rashee Rice, I mean, it's the NFL. They're if they do suspend him, it's not gonna be for a year unless he ends up going to jail. So he'll miss a
Yeah.
couple games, but then you put him back on the field. Now you've got 3 legit targets plus Travis.
hmm
I mean,
I'm sure they
Andy Reid's
either
fucking
have
got a
or
boner
will.
with a Whopper right now.
They have or they will get a running back. I'm sure.
I mean,
They've gotten.
isn't Pacheco still young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's not bad. So
No,
No, he's
but
not
I think
bad.
a complimentary back would do well there.
they re-signed Clyde Edwards as well.
They have not actually. They've just gotten Kingsley Sumataya,
Oh, really? I thought they.
that offensive tackle. No, I'm saying that they haven't drafted a running back.
Okay, so then after Xavier Worthy, it was
Tyler Guyton.
for
For Dallas,
Guyton for Dallas.
Yep.
Which Dallas has a record of drafting good offensive linemen, so I think
Yeah.
that will probably
And
continue.
I'm pretty sure they did it twice tonight, or like twice this weekend already.
By drafting 2 good offensive linemen.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Yep.
they still got a trash can for quarterbacks, so that's fine.
that's true. But remember, they are weapons.
They are
Jim?
weapons.
Grandpa Jim Harbaugh told me that.
Do you
on
see his
the
tattoo?
internets. Fuck no. Tell me.
Like,
Oh,
It's-
what?
It's
Dude,
the
what if Jim
Michigan logo with
Harbaugh?
15-0
Wait, hold
underneath
on.
it. It's like
This-
the sneakiest tattoo you've ever seen.
This is. He's got this on his back. Jim Harbaugh has this tattoo on his back, and it is Jeff Fisher in a Hawaiian T-shirt drinking out of a
Get out
coconut.
of here.
No, I'm willing it into existence. Join me. You gotta believe
I
it.
will 100% join you in on that.
It would be cool. It would be very cool. Yeah, good pick. Cool.
Yep, I like it.
Baltimore Ravens, Scott, who a lot of people, including myself, had as a very high pick, best cornerback in the draft, Nate Wiggins. They got him. Big scary defense gets even scarier. It's they're building something real good there.
Yep.
Fuck the. Sorry.
What?
I just had my trust just kicked on me.
Uh-oh.
His hamster's dying as well, apparently.
Then you got the 49ers going with Ricky Pearsall, Florida wide receiver.
Does that hint at their hand, you
31?
think?
I don't know. At this point, they would be trading Ayuk or Debo for like a next year pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a 25.
agreed.
So,
The Buffalo.
I don't really actually know much about him. I didn't scout him at all. I don't like his name. I don't know why. I don't like his name, and that's why I didn't scout him.
Pearsall.
And then Xavier Legette, who has a fancy name, and I did look into a little more. Wide receiver from South Carolina. Dude's a stud. Goes to the Panthers. They need all the help they can get, is what I can say. By the way, the Panthers did actually draft in the first round. They drafted
did.
32. So
Traded up. Which is kind of a weird trade,
Congratulations.
right?
They
Why do you
traded-
trade at 33 to 32? Unless
Why
you
not?
think the Bills are going to take that receiver there. Or you
I
think it
don't-
was out of necessity of somebody else not trading up there for that spot?
I don't know why did the Jets and
I'd
Vikings
pick
trade for
the
10 and
latter.
11?
To keep fucking Oakland from trading up for JJ, probably.
probably.
Or to keep Denver thinking they thought Denver. I mean, a lot of those one spot trades, it's like, hey, I've got this spot, you can take the player, like draft day. I've got this spot, you can take the player you want. You can save football in your city, but I want my 3-1s back to move one spot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
if there's a player, you're the GM, you pick very next. I'm now calling you saying, hey, this other team wants this guy. This is what they're offering. If you can offer it to me or something better, I'll give it to you because I like you more than I like them.
So I don't think we need to run through all of the picks in second and third round.
No,
Agreed. There's a lot.
Keon Coleman was the first pick to the Bills at 1.
I like that.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a wide receiver,
They need wide receivers, so
and he is a fantastic wide receiver.
Chargers got Lad McConkey, which
Yep.
was kind of
Wide
a surprise. I know he's been flying up a lot of boards over the last couple of weeks, but okay, now you got a wide receiver, a good one. My boy Johnny Newton, Illinois defensive tackle, goes to a real good spot. What's up?
I said Illinois.
Yeah,
Where'd he go?
went to the Washington Commanders.
They're actually having a decent draft.
Yeah, they are. Eagles double up on the defensive backs.
Which they needed to.
Cooper DeJean, Keith's big target.
Keith's number one target on his big board. Keith's boner, 6 to midnight. Give me this motherfucker. I will scream off and buy his jersey today. Was available in his team picked, and they didn't take him, by the way.
Does it make you feel any better or worse that this was actually Chicago's pick originally? Like the Eagles jumped up and snaked you with our pick. How does that make you feel?
Yeah,
Live with
Keith.
that.
hate
Live
you.
with that. Just
Why'd
live
you-
with
why'd you
for
make
a
it
moment.
Worse. How'd you make it worse?
Live with that and
How's
like.
it feel to know that we're going to be doing that for the rest of your fucking life?
Arrgh.
I'm not so
Great
scared.
pick, by the way. It was a great pick.
Great pick.
Then the Green Bay Packers were up next, and they decided they're going to take their football and go home and kick down the road and trade back with the Saints, who drafted Kool-Aid McKinstry, the best name in football, and also a cornerback who you need on your
From where?
team.
Where do you play football again? Remind me.
Alabama.
Thank you. Roll
Yeah.
motherfucking Tide, baby.
And then the next pick, Kamari Lassiter from Georgia going to the Texans. That's a good pick for Rick there. Then the next pick, Max Melton, a cornerback from Rutgers. You had a run of 4 really good second-round cornerbacks go, and then the Raiders screwed it up with a center.
Interesting. I'm excited to watch tomorrow. Because today happened so quickly, like with trades and stuff like that. So I'm excited to take like the weekend, the next couple days, to like look at round 2, 3, 2 and 3. Look at rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 that happen tomorrow, and like next week really get into who we think did the correct moves for their franchise, like the non-obvious ones. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But before we get out of here tonight, we got to make sure we touch on the Spring Football League, the UFL, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing our due diligence on this show.
Yes, sir.
You know how we do things.
It's time
That's right.
for the BAM Sports Show Extreme UFL Breakdown.
The Memphis Showboats. They've been waiting a long time and finally back on the field in Tennessee. How big's the crowd? I'll give you the specifics. 38,310 inside the dome today. And they are witnessing the play of the fourth quarter, and they were the difference. And so the Birmingham Stallions are the champions of the USFL.
$17,280 in one section to create the beer snake.
Now the celebration can begin. 8.5-point underdogs. Outright winners. The Arlington Renegades are XFL champions.
Boys, we're going to have to get that video updated, Rick, because I believe a certain record that was set in that video has now been broken.
100%.
Damn.
Over 40,000 fans in week 2. I don't think we talked about that, but over 40,000 fans at the Dome. And that is with a Cardinals game, with a St. Louis City SC game, and a concert going on.
A pretty big concert, too. I don't remember who it was, but...
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's a
man.
But no, that's insane.
I'm excited to potentially go to one of those games.
I will be at the June 1st game.
Okay, I didn't want to say anything because that's probably the game I'm going to go to.
Wow.
So let's meet up.
What? Imagine that.
That's
Yes,
coincidental. Keith won't be there. He's going to watch the White Sox.
I will not. What? Don't you
So,
fucking
but
say that shit to me.
another good weekend in the
How could
UFL.
you?
Our Battlehawks win again.
Battle what?
Battlehawks. I don't know. There's a little bit of southern drawl there on that.
It's not what
It's
Battle how?
Battle House.
Battlehawks. If Brian Kelly was announcing the Battlehawks, the Battlehawks win
No, it
again.
was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. Great performance by the Battlehawks, obviously getting a win over the Memphis Showboats in pretty dominant fashion. Although I will say the Showboats looked pretty damn good in the first half, but the Battlehawks just their defense. It feels like both sides of the ball are really, really starting to click across the league, particularly for the Battlehawks. They just completely shut them out in the second half. But overall, I have to say, for the league as a whole, one thing that I will hearken back to that we talked about before the UFL season is I think we're starting to see the quality of play in spring football improve. And I think a big part of that is you have a consolidation.
I was literally just thinking that when you were starting. I'm very glad you're bringing this up.
You have a consolidation of all of the best players in spring football condensed instead of 16 different teams. You have them condensed down to 8 teams. So really, I don't feel like I'm watching an inferior on-field product when I watch the UFL. It's been phenomenal. It's been a lot of fun to watch. The as far as the kind of how things are shaking out right now, as far as that's concerned, I think that there's a lot of excitement. Obviously, we're Battlehawks fans. Danny is a DC Defenders fan who will actually be playing this Sunday.
Beating. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Say what?
Beating.
Beating.
You said playing for some reason. I don't understand why.
playing with our food.
Exactly. No, but it's been great. I think one thing that we were kind of worried about with the San Antonio Brahmas was Chase Garbers, going down for the season. But I remember saying before the matchup between the Brahmas and the Michigan Panthers, I said, hey, keep an eye out for their backup quarterback, Quentin Dormandy. He stepped in for the Orlando Guardians last year and actually looked pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And he looked damn good with the Brahmas as well. He aired it out, had a pretty dominant performance. And it's I tell you, that XFL conference is really anybody's for the taking. I'm glad that the Battlehawks are at the top.
Not anybody's.
Stallions do remain undefeated. Keep that in mind.
Well, you said the XFL conference, right?
Well, I know. Yeah. But I'm just saying.
Well,
Right.
the Arlington Renegades are 0-4.
Yeah, no. But it's so unfortunate for them. I mean, this last week was
unfortunate. Sorry, unfortunate.
They looked by far this past week for the Arlington Renegades was by far their worst performance on the season. But really, up until this past weekend, it seemed like every game, like there was just one or two plays that didn't shake out their way, or they messed something up that cost them the game. But other than that, they're kind of a diet version of what the Battlehawks, that 164-yard field goal, being away from being 4-0 right now.
Yep.
The Renegades have just had terrible luck.
Of that.
With exception of week 4, the Renegades have just had terrible luck. I really feel like they could easily be 3-1 right now, or 2-2 at the least. Just
typical
had
Dallas
a couple
team
plays.
shit in the bed.
Yep. So, but it's a lot of exciting matchups. Now I'm on my phone, so I'll trust one of you fellas to bring up the matchups for this weekend.
It's simple for me.
Go ahead.
Battlehawks win. We stay the number 1 team in the fucking conference. Power rankings don't fucking change. I don't know who the Stallions play.
Your power
They
rankings.
probably
Don't.
are the correct power rankings, my guy.
Ryan, do you have the matchups by chance? Can you pull up the
Yeah,
matchups?
I got the matchups here. Week 5. We're into week 5 of spring football. It's starting to feel like spring outside.
Getting there.
Here, anyways. You're in Florida.
Fucking
It's like
rained all day.
hot there, I'm assuming.
No, it's actually not bad outside.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
Looks like
San
you get a nice
Antonio
breeze brewing in the background.
Bleeze Brewing.
Please?
Is
Yeah, you're
what
talking
you said.
shit, and then you can't even
We
fucking
are a bunch
articulate your
of
words.
marble mouth idiots. I'm the one that's stoned. I have an excuse. San Antonio
The only one
Brahmas
on this show.
versus Arlington Renegades.
I think the Renegades get their first win here.
That's a bold call.
Wow. All right.
Whoa.
Bold prediction, Cotton.
I love it.
I don't. I think that the Brahmas look good. Quentin Dormandy is a good quarterback. They really didn't lose much of a step with Chase Garbers out. I think that the Panthers have a much more formidable defense than the Arlington Renegades do, and the Brahmas just made them look silly. So, no, give me the Brahmas.
And that is part of one of my hated things that these guys are doing, by the way. It is the first of the Saturday night 7:00 p.m.
It's
Eastern
such
games.
bad marketing. Holy
The
shit.
second Saturday night 7 p.m. Eastern game this week is the Birmingham Stallions versus the Houston Roughnecks.
This scheduling tells me they retain the USFL scheduling department.
Yeah, I am not a fan of the
Not a
single
fan of
time
it.
slot.
Not a fan of it, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't think we got anybody. So I know, Blake, you said you had the Renegades winning their game against the Brahmas. Ryan and Keith, where do y'all stand with that game?
Oh, with
I'm taking the Promise.
yeah, I'm gonna take the Brahmas.
I'll lone wolf
I'm
this
not taking
shit.
the Renegades.
All right. So Stallions versus Roughnecks. Who do we got?
This is easy.
Give me Stallions. He's gonna take a Roughnecks. Watch.
Who?
You don't fucking know me.
You don't
Blake
know
is
me.
taking the Roughnecks.
Oh, is he?
No, I'm.
He is, yes.
I am going to take the perfect 4-0 Birmingham Stallions.
Me too. And Blake and
Kind of
Mel
a
with the
no-brainer.
Roughnecks.
No,
Like-
I take Stallions because I think the Stallions remain undefeated until they come to fucking play
Stallions
St.
are
Louis.
horses,
And
I
they
like
get their
horses.
fucking asses beat, and then everyone says, "Oh, Blake's been saying it since week fucking 2. The Battlehawks are the best team in the league."
I like it.
No, this one's pretty easy for me. And real quick, the Battlehawks, when we play the Stallions, unfortunately, we actually do play over on their turf.
Give a shit. Oh, with all 6 of their fans in the stands. Terrifying.
No,
Chirp,
this one's pretty easy for me. I mean, hey, congratulations to the Roughnecks getting their first win last week against the Arlington Renegades. I was actually surprised. I thought that the Renegades were going to have a field day with them, and boy, was I wrong. This is easy to me. Give me the Stallions. They're perfect, and I don't trust. I think that the Roughnecks coach is incompetent. I think he's completely incompetent. I think that they have good pieces on that team. I actually really like their quarterback, Reed Stinnett. He's looked good this year,
Is that Jake
but-
Stinnett's brother?
possibly, but
We have no idea. He's just agreeing to maybe say yes because the same last name.
maybe, I don't know. But no, Reed Stinnett's looked good. Their coach is incompetent. They've had a lot of really, really bad, just undisciplined penalties. The games that they should have beat the DC Defenders, but penalty after penalty after penalty, and there's a lot of games like that, So, yeah, no, give me the Stallions.
Easy one.
Easy. All right, we got the Battlehawks versus the DC Beer Snakes, lemon thrower guys.
They're gonna be crying like they cut fucking lemons and onions.
Onions. Jesus Christ. They cut lemons and onions.
No, they sprayed lemon
the
juice in their
delicacy,
eyes. That's why
lemon
they're crying.
onion soup. Give me the Hawks. Blake.
It's this is easy. This is easy.
Oh, you're.
I
the
think
defenders, I
the
see.
yeah.
Keith.
Yeah, because Blake's gonna pick the defend. No, get the fuck out of here.
What was that?
What
Blake's
call
gonna pick the what?
is the
Defe-
law?
Keith, who you got?
What? Battlehawks by Bloodbath.
Ooh, bloodbath.
Fuck the Defenders. Come at me,
Damn.
Danny. Oh, you can't.
'Cause
It's
you're
a
not
shame that
here.
Danny's not here tonight. I would have loved to have heard the trash talk that would have went on in the show.
He was
Yeah,
too
I've got the
scared.
Battlehawks
He was
as
too
well.
scared.
I've got the Battlehawks as well. However, I will say,
Rick's gonna give some fake flowers to Jordan.
No,
See how good he is.
it's not like they
Reed
actually
Sinnett
looked
doesn't have a brother, by the way.
they actually looked pretty damn good against the Stallions last week.
Before or after
came
they lost.
damn close. I mean, they lost by a field goal. Just like we did against the Panthers.
Well, they're
So-
gonna lose by more than a field goal.
I sure hope so. But no, I think that what I saw with the DC Defenders last week, it looked like their offense was finally starting to gel. Jordan Teamu was finally starting to build some chemistry with his weapons, and they've had a decent defense throughout the year. So I think it will be a little bit more competitive of a game than perhaps we're comfortable with, but still give me the highest scoring offense in the league. Give me the Battlehawks, especially with Jakor Pearson. Last week, I was shocked. Like his first game with AJ McCarron, coming off of injury, and dude goes for like 11. I forget what his yardage was, but
It was like
I want to say
a
went
big
over 100.
time. It was a big time stat line.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
like 11 catches for like 107 yards or something like that, and a touchdown, something crazy like that.
The game-winning touchdown.
Yep, the game-winning touchdown.
Yep.
So you got Jakor Pearson, Marcel
We
Aitman,
say that like it was a close game.
Hakeem Butler. I know, unfortunately, Mateo Durant is on injured reserve right now, but
Jacob
Taylor's
Sailors.
just running like a fucking.
Yeah. So
His league,
I'm,
we're just living in it.
I think the Battlehawks are, I still put the Stallions. I recognize their undefeated record, so they'll stay in my number one spot for now. But realistically, I think the Battlehawks are really honestly the team to beat. Their offense, that disgustingly scary offense that we thought they'd have, we're starting to see it now. We're starting to see them start fast.
Yep.
And I think we need that against the defenders. So
Yeah, I agree.
Hawks by 1,000,000.
Panthers versus the Memphis Showgirls. Hello, dog.
This is Panthers.
this one's actually a little bit tougher because if I understand it correctly, isn't EJ Perry out?
Last I saw, yeah. But let me pop open the game center and see if it tells me.
But then by the same token, so is I don't know if he'll be ready to suit up for this game, but I know Case Cookis got hurt when he played us last week.
Ja'Cour Pearson had 10 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown.
Okay.
Not even 100 yards? What a bum.
Still 10 catches in his first game with AJ McCarron coming off of injury. I'm not mad at that at all.
Bum.
You're a bum.
You're an idiot.
Bum. Fucking bum. This is Panthers.
My bum is on your knee.
Give me the.
I think the Panthers have a better complete team, and they've got Jake Bates. So it's if it's gonna come down to a field goal, I trust that fucking kicker to make it from anywhere on the fucking field, anywhere inside the arena.
Fucking gonna launch it into orbit.
Interesting fact for this: this will be the first outdoor game for both the Battlehawks and the Panthers.
Yep.
This season.
Nice. This is a good weekend for it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, not if you're in Iowa or Nebraska. Holy
I'm not sure what the
moly.
weather's going to be like in DC, but
be a lot of crying.
It's gonna be wet with salty tears.
It'll be fun next week to really get into it, really break down the rest of the draft, really look at some of those sleeper late picks that we have. It'd be fun to talk shit to Danny. Too bad he's not here tonight. We could have made a bet to do live on air, but I'm sure we can come to something before kickoff on Sunday.
Hey, before we go, I want to say 2 things about the Cubbies. The next time I see a power ranking with pictures on it, I better fucking see
on his name.
I better see fucking Shota Imanaga's fucking name on that damn list.
Huh?
27 ending pitch, 0.9 ERA, 0.98 ERA.
Fucking respect on his name.
Put some
And
respect on his
5-0 in baseball games that he has started.
And one last thing before the draft. Lions fans, bring that fucking same energy next year when they're in Green Bay. Bring
They
that
did. You don't remember the
energy
picture?
next year.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna come
What
up.
are you
they'll
what are you
surround-
honestly
the
asking
same
for
energy.
right now?
I'm asking
They'll
them to bring the
sur-
same fucking energy because
He wants
It's not
them
gonna be
to
the
come
same.
up and surround that Packers fan again.
I want them to
when
fucking
he's
try
sad
it.
next year
I want
in
them to
Green Bay.
Try it.
How
In Green
confident
Bay. I
are
want
you that
them
you
to
sweep
because they'll
try
make a
it.
bad pick.
Detroit next year? How confident are you sweep them?
The Lions?
Yes.
I-
Are you willing to
ask me
wager a
when-
dollop of Miracle Whip into a cup of coffee?
Fuck no. No, because I tried that. It was fucking disgusting. Pass.
what about
Hard
a
pass.
shitty Cheryl?
Oh, there we go.
Talk to me when the schedule releases, and I'll tell you how I feel. Which the
Packers
schedule
don't
should
show up
release
on
in like
third nights, that's right.
I mean, but part of that schedule is going to be
the
you guys
schedule
hosting Detroit Lions, yeah?
Twice, yes.
part
But
of it,
Packer
yeah.
fans don't show up on certain weeks.
Yeah. Let
And
me
they're-
look
They're
at the
out
schedule
moose
first.
hunting.
They got a moose. They got a moose hunt and church and cheese those curds, babe.
Cheese those curds.
That was a fun
That's
show.
literally what you just said. Cheese
Agreed.
those.
We appreciate all of you guys
curds.
watching on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. If you could do us a favor, follow us on whatever platform you're watching on. If you're on Twitter, it's the @the Sports Show. If you're on YouTube, it's @the Sports Show. If you're on Twitch, original @the Sports Show. It's hard. We appreciate you. We do this for fun, but we appreciate you always. WrestleMania Backlash talk next week too. We got some fun show next week.
Oh shit! Hey, actually, I do have. It's breaking, but it's not. The Bears are fucking back.
We're
Chicago
fucking
is
all the
fucking
way back. All
baby.
the way back. Bear down, baby.
Oof.
Be a friend. Tell a friend. We'll see you next week.
Ooh, the Bears back.
Goodbye.